Can we blame Satan for anything? Are God's punishments just arbitrary and ad hoc? Well, we'll never actually know the answer to that question because in this conversation, he never actually lets me address it. This man just starts speed running different topics in the Bible, and anytime I try to address it, he just cuts me off and mutes me, which seems to be a common theme when I go do these raids. But thank God I was joined by my good buddy, Little John. I don't know if he likes that name, but it's sticking. But I think this conversation is the problem with TikTok theology because people just live in their own echo chambers. But maybe I'm wrong. Why don't you guys be the judge and let me know? Let's get into it. Hey, what's going on? I'm 34 years old, and just before I start talking, I want to let you know that I'm also recording on my own YouTube channel. Is that okay?
That's fine. I don't care, sir.
Okay, cool. I actually was hoping that you'd talk. I was hoping you talked to Bought by Blood first. This is like a little bit more his wheelhouse. Is that okay?
If you feel the need to concede your time to someone else, sure. But I mean, I would rather engage with you since you were here first.
Sure. Okay. So then why do you blame, what do you mean when you say, why blame Satan for anything if everything is God's plan? Can you give me expand on that a little bit more?
I have to ask you first, are you a Christian?
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
You believe in God and the devil?
Yep.
Do you believe that the devil cannot act outside of God's permission?
Well, I think everybody can only act inside God's permission. Right. But that doesn't mean that you don't have free will. Is God good? By nature, yes.
Good. Is obeying God good?
Is obeying God good? Yes.
Yes. And so the devil can't do anything without God's permission. God is good and obeying God is good. So is the devil good?
No. I think there's a bit of a category error. So when having permission, right, that doesn't necessarily mean that he says that you can do evil things. So you can be permitted to do things. So for example, humanity's permitted to do evil when they were given free will.
How is free will by any means biblical?
What do you mean, how is it biblical?
You say humans have free will, things have free will?
Yeah.
Yeah, where are you getting this idea from?
Well, for one, I don't hold to sola scriptura, so I hold to church tradition as well. So that's rooted in church tradition, but also in the fact of just observation. So we observe how people act and how God holds them responsible for those actions, and that is what free will is.
How does God hold anyone responsible for their actions?
For example,
God's punishment, especially when God's punishment is arbitrary.
I don't understand the question. I understood it originally, but then you add in the arbitrary part. Now I don't get it.
So God's punishment is arbitrary, right?
What do you mean by that?
Do you know what the definition of arbitrary is?
Yeah, arbitrary means ad hoc, means put in without purpose.
It's random.
No, that's not what arbitrary means. Random means random. Arbitrary means it's without purpose.
It's based on random choice or personal whim rather than any reason or system.
So then what do you mean when you say his punishment is arbitrary?
I mean, God's punishment is arbitrary. It's random.
You know what a circular answer is, right?
Or his personal whim. I'm telling you what it means when God's punishment is arbitrary, right? It means that his punishment is based on his personal whim rather than any type of reason or system, right? If we have a system within our justice, right? Our justice system that says, here's how people should be punished, right? They're not necessarily any type of arbitrary decision. It's not just random or based on some whim.
Can you give me an example how it's arbitrary?
Sure.
Because I still don't understand what you mean by it being arbitrary.
I can give an example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go right on ahead then.
So you're aware of the story of David, Bathsheba, and Uriah the Hittite, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he had a fling with Bathsheba, and they had a child, and he killed Uriah. So what was God's reaction to that?
To punish David by taking away his child.
Right. And what else?
What else? What am I missing?
He turned over his wives to be raped in public to punish David. So
Really? Where does it say that?
the same? It's I don't know. First Samuel, Second Samuel. I don't remember exactly.
Okay, well, I don't think it says that in the text, so I'd be
I think
interested if
that's a
you could pull
moot
that up for
point
me.
at the
Well,
moment.
it
I think
does
that's
say
a moot
that,
point at
so
the
I'm,
moment.
the fact that I can't bring up the chapter and verse from memory doesn't mean it doesn't say that, because I've read it.
Okay, well, I can also say I've read the scripture front to back, and I didn't read that, so I don't have to accept your claim just because you say it's there.
All right, okay, I'll find it.
Cool.
So really quick, considering
So no, how about you can wait your turn. Thank you.
Holy
okay, so
sassy.
why can multiple people talk to John?
So you can wait your
also
turn. I
wait.
appreciate that. I appreciate you waiting your turn. These other people have
Be
been
a
here.
good little boy, John. Be a good little boy and wait for Daddy to finish, okay?
I'll be a good little boy. I can.
Shh. Just stay on mute until I address you, please. Thank you.
The power that people feel by starting a TikTok live is
Sir
wild.
Nunos, while Sir Nunos is pulling that up, right? We can talk about the act, right, of Adam and Eve.
So the
eating
argument
from
is
the knowledge
strictly
of good and
this: the
evil after
argument
being
is
tempted
going
by
to
the
be where
serpent,
Jesus, where God describes to David what is going to happen
This God,
through his
right, who is
sons,
described
rather
as
than
all-knowing,
okay.
should have foreseen the outcome and could have prevented it. Could he not?
Sorry, I heard something in the background and I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that again?
Yes. So we're talking about things that are like God's punishment being arbitrary, right?
Yeah.
So the act of Adam and Eve eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil after being tempted by the serpent, right?
How's that arbitrary?
God, who is described as all-knowing, should have foreseen this outcome and could have prevented it. Could he not?
Yeah, absolutely. But I still don't see how that's arbitrary. There's still a reason or a purpose for it.
The punishment for their single act of disobedience is severe and far-reaching. It results in humanity's expulsion from the Garden of Eden.
Even if it was severe.
The introduction. I'm sorry, I'm still speaking. The introduction of pain during childbirth, arduous labor, and ultimately universal human mortality. Right. The punishment is passed down to all of humanity. An example of collective punishment for an original sin that no one else committed.
Okay, so can I speak now, or are you gonna get upset?
I don't know. Can you?
Well, I guess I can't. I found the ability. It's in my vocal cords. All right. So even if I was to grant that it's severe, it's still not arbitrary.
Just next time say, "May I, Daddy? May I?"
Completely random.
Well, it's not.
There are acts that are way greater than this in the Bible that God forgives.
Yeah, it's still not arbitrary. Even if I grant everything you're saying, it's not arbitrary because God said, "Do not eat from the tree, or you will face death, or you'll face consequence." And then they ate from the tree. So therefore, there's a reason and a purpose behind it.
Let's go to. But they didn't know that what they were doing had any moral implication.
Yeah, Eve did, because Eve repeated it back.
Sir, stop.
Well, hold on. If you're gonna make claims, you got to let me refute them, right?
They didn't even know, right, that what they were doing.
Everyone loves their mute button.
Or evil. Sir, stop. They didn't even know that what they were going to be doing is good or evil. They didn't have any idea of the moral implications of what they were doing or disobeying, for that matter. Right? We can jump to like the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, right?
Well, hold on. You're gish galloping.
Hold on. No, stop. I'm not gish galloping. We're speaking.
Well, you went from Adam and Eve. Now you're going to Sodom and Gomorrah. Are you going to let me address Adam and Eve?
I absolutely am. You can wait, sir. Right, we're talking about the.
So that is the definition of a gish.
Arbitrary. If you can't stay muted.
That's a gish gallop.
Right, sir. It's not a gish gallop. We're talking about God's punishment.
If you're doing multiple topics, it's a gish gallop.
Wait, just a fucking minute, dude. Just wait.
Don't jump from topic to topic,
guy. Hang tight. I'm not jumping.
Don't be scared and hit the mute button.
We're talking about God's punishment being arbitrary. You can wait, okay? Just wait, sir. Practice the patience your God gave you, right? Or tried to give you, or tried to teach you. So we're going to talk about right now the act of the inhabitants of the city of Sodom and Gomorrah being described as exceedingly wicked, right? God promises Abraham that if even 10 righteous people could be found, the cities would be spared. When fewer than 10 are found, the cities and all their inhabitants, including the children and infants, are destroyed with fire and brimstone. Like Lot's wife is turned into a pillar of salt for looking back, a seemingly disproportionate and random act of punishment, right? So, but God promises Abraham that if even 10 righteous people could be found, the cities would be spared. So, for the simple act, right, of eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, right, we have the punishment of a severe and far-reaching manner, right? It resulted again in the humanity's expulsion from the Garden of Eden, the introduction of pain during childbirth, arduous labor, and ultimately universal human mortality. This punishment again passed down to all humanity. Collective punishment for an original sin that no one else committed. Right? And we look at this, that God's going to promise.
You'd make a great preacher, my friend.
Righteous people. Sir, I wish you would really just shut the fuck up while I'm speaking.
Oh, Darwin Hood, his feelings, his religious trauma just came bubbling to the surface on that one.
Like, really, honestly. We can even go into like the act of God entering into a wager with the devil, right, and testing Job's faith. Job is a righteous man who has done nothing to deserve his fate. As a part,
how's this not a Gish Gallop?
God allows. I'm still speaking about the arbitrariness of God.
Calm down, Kamala Harris.
There's no Gish Galloping here, sir.
Do you know what a Gish Gallop is?
While I'm speaking, okay, sir, you can like honestly.
And there's the kick.
I don't know why you're speaking while I'm speaking. Okay, sir, you can like honestly.
They never want me to speak.
Wait,
hold up. Don't scroll, don't skip this, don't do nothing. I just need your ear for like 2 seconds, just 2 seconds, okay? Have you subscribed to my Patreon? Well, if you haven't, you should, because we're currently doing a Bible study and we're going through the Gospel of John line by line, even going through the nitty gritty stuff. And you get access to the hangout sessions in case you missed it, and the raids, the full raids in case you missed those as well. Or maybe you just want to support this channel and help it grow. I mean, somebody's got to feed little John. Well, if you guys want to do that, there's a link down below. I'll wait. Go click it. All right, you did it? All right, back to the video.
So I do apologize for, I appreciate your patience by blood. If you would like to tell me your age, we can continue a conversation.
Call him a Gish Galloper.
32.
Get over yourself.
Call him a Gish Galloper.
So what is up?
Yeah, so I mean, we can just literally pick off right off where. So
yeah,
the original argument is
what
that
you think about the prompt.
Yeah, I don't blame Satan for much. I actually think the primary issue is going to be that people and their nature and their choices are going to be what produces a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of issues.
Who or what created people and their nature and choices?
Yeah, so I think God is the creator of people. God is the creator of people's nature. And then people are able to make choices based off of their desires.
So you're saying not everything is predetermined or predestined?
Yeah, so I'm when it comes to free will, I'm what you would reference as a compatibilist. So I think that there is libertarian freedom and determinism are compatible with each other because it is still operating under a person's desires.
Yeah, how do you substantiate that?
In all honesty, it happens to like Andrew as well. I watch his rates. He goes in for like 5 seconds. As soon as they realize he's Andrew, he gets kicked. And like they never let him speak. He never gets his points across. It's very rare he has a productive conversation.
Why would I substantiate libertarian free will if I don't hold to the view?
Well, you said that it's compatible.
There he is.
Yeah, so are you, yeah, do you know what
he follows me around, ladies and gentlemen.
It to say it's compatible with it.
Do you know what compatibilism is?
Yeah. How do you substantiate libertarian free will to say it's compatible with determinism?
Yeah, because people are acting in accordance with their desires. So if I, let's say there's like some predetermined fact. I can give just this quickly. Predetermined fact, I did not choose to who I was born. I did not choose my parents. I did not choose the nation in which I was born. I did not choose a number of different things. I did not choose certain characteristics about my biology. I did not choose. That would be
outside of your free will, right?
Yeah. So that's the entire point, right? So these are all going to be determined by God's sovereign will. Those are things I did not choose. biological disposition, so on and so forth.
Yeah, but this idea of
Now-
libertarian free will.
Wait a second. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
No, hold on, sir. But you're talking about concepts that are mutually exclusive concepts.
No,
Libertarian
listen.
free will says
You-
that human choices are genuinely free and not casually predetermined.
Yeah, compatibilism doesn't. Remember, I'm not a libertarian.
While determinism posits that every event, including human actions, is the inevitable result of the prior causes.
Okay, yeah, so I'm a compatibilist, not a libertarian, and I'm not a hard determinist, right? That's why it's referenced as like soft determinism. So
Call him
there
a
are
Gish Galloper.
things about my life, there are things about my existence.
Why
that
does
I
everybody
did not
listen to
choose,
John? No one listens
that
to
God
me.
is going to be sovereign over. But then there are also going to be things that I do choose in virtue of my desires. I desire to do X, and therefore, even though I have like certain predispositions to do X, because I desire to do X, then I'm still
What happened
then
to
I'm
it?
still
Oh, it's doing that weird thing again. Hold on.
then I'm still free will conversation. So the point that I'm referencing here is going back to
So
what
The reason I tell people
that-
I'm streaming is because I've had people try to catch me out of context and I didn't like it. So I don't want to do that to somebody
You're
else.
defining free will as like the ability.
Don't interrupt, John. John, don't jump.
I've never invoked
I don't want morals
free
on
will
my
as the
pictures.
ability to do otherwise.
So what are you saying free will is?
Yeah, so it's the ability to make decisions, the ability to make choices, the ability to instantiate a will, but
Well, John
it's in
just knows
virtue
what to
of your
do.
desires. That's it.
Lil John spends more time going into other people's guest
What
box
you're
than I do,
representing
so that's
is
probably
called,
why.
the principle of
Are you
alternative.
saying it's free from coercion, right?
He doesn't have one yet.
It
We're
depends
trying to
on
get
how
him
you
to have
define
one.
coercion. If you define coercion as having like a predetermined set of things that you did not choose, then I would say no. If you're talking coercion as there's like an active thing that is impeding against your will in a sense, then yeah. So there's something.
Wait, so you're
I
saying
can
like
describe
free will? You're saying
Here,
free
let
will
me
is
give an
about
analogy.
He doesn't have a YouTube.
Hold on, sir. Stop. You're saying
Okay.
free will is about acting according to your own internal desires and character, not about being able to have made a different choice in the exact same circumstances. Like
Yeah,
for
so I
a
can-
compatibilist, having your actions be determined by your own wants or reasons is what free will means.
Yeah, so I can give you what's called a Frankfurt case. Now, a Frankfurt case is going to be where you have a situation that is absolutely determined, in which there is no alternative possibility. So let me just give you an example. Let's say
How about let's not say we did?
What?
Can't listen to this fucking horseshit all day long.
Why? You were so nice. You were so nice. What happened?
I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, let's do an end of the end recap, man. What happened? you
I don't know.
There's nothing combative about anything you were saying. You weren't cutting him off. He cut you off. You let him speak. What, like, he just got mad and kicked you? Maybe because you were making sense.
So I can give the chat this now, okay? So let me finish what a Frankfurt case is. So a Frankfurt case is, oh, hold up. Okay, just go watch YouTube right now and I'll be out. Go type in Big John Steele and you can watch Daddy wreck some people.
You sure you
No,
want your children
okay.
watching me?
No, actually, hey, don't do that. No, anyway, so a Frankfurt case, right?
Okay.
Someone wants to say, okay, free will is only going to be instantiated by something if you have the principle of alternative possibility. That means you have another choice. You can choose something else, right? But a Frankfurt case is going to be a situation that is represented to which you cannot choose something else, but yet you're still making a free choice. So it would go like this. Let's say there was an evil scientist that in someone's sleep, they put anesthetic in them, and without their knowledge, they put a chip in their brain that would make them choose to do something. And let's just say it would be like to unalive a president or something, okay? So they do not have a principle of alternative possibility because this chip in their brain, it's going to make them take the action. They are going to unalive the president. They are going to assassinate the president no matter what, because that chip's in their brain, even though they don't know it's there. Now, if they go and they assassinate the president, or they go and unalive the president without like any sort of coercion, there is no principle of alternative possibility. They could not have chosen otherwise because of this evil scientist. But they still made the choice in virtue of their desires. So they desired to unalive the president. They could not have chosen not to unalive the president because that button could have been pressed by the evil scientist to make them unalive the president. But because they desired to do so, they still have freedom of will.
That was almost as bad as the time a Muslim challenged me to a fist fight. Yeah, that's a true story, and that actually happened. And if you want to check that out, you can click the video. I don't know where he's going to put it. It's going to be somewhere around here, but we'll see you there. Maybe. Well, I won't see you there because I already recorded the video, but you'll see me there. And I mean, that's something, I guess. I don't know. God bless.